Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat. I want to do a quick flip through of the little Valentine journal that I made. This one is for Cindy. I will list it in my shop, Cindy, as soon as I do a quick video of it. But yeah, I just want to show you guys, in case you're curious, about the all-in-one Valentine journal kit that's in my Etsy shop, just so you can see, you know, basically what in the heck it is. So I have just some red and white baker's twine around here because, you know, Valentine's Day and baker's twine just seem to go together. And then I did put a lace little trim on the spine, and it's a small spine that this journal makes because I'm working with an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper is, you know, the starting point. So it's basically 1/2 inch is what that spine is. So it's just a little one signature journal. It's not a giant journal. And then the cover measures closed up like this. It's about 8 1/4 by 5 1/4 roughly. So that's, you know, that gives you an idea. It's not a big, huge journal. And then it comes with this cover like this. And I know a lot of you know, but I do have new people. And so I just want to make sure people know what in the world they're getting. So this is what the cover looks like. There's a little spot in the middle where the spine goes. And then it's more blank in the center, and then you have two options of a topper. This little piece right here is a topper, and then the other option was this lady. I just turned her into a pocket, but this is the other topper that you can choose to use. So, and then I just added some things to it. I added one of the hearts extra that's in the kit just to give it a little dimension. It's not super dimensional because on covers I don't like to make it so thick that it's getting caught on everything. I added the teddy bear, this little wooden piece that's just been painted gold that says love. There's a little piece of lace back there. There's lace and a flower that's added there. So that's all I did to that. And all these pieces are in the kit. So you don't have to go hunt for those. I mean, obviously the lace is not and the love is not, but you know, you might need a few things to add, but for the most part, you can make yourself a whole journal with just the kit. There's a little library pocket and a tag that goes in it, and I just added some, you know, lace and fabric and whatever to it. This piece is not in, well, this picture is in the kit. This is not in the kit. This is what I did for one of my, what wasn't my color challenge, but Tammy's color combo challenge. And so that just pops in there. This is in the kit. That little tag that I just tucked behind there. This paper is in the kit. This is not, because this came out of a Sears and Roebuck, what do they call it? It's like a remake of their old 1800s catalogs. So they're still under copyright, so, you know, you would have to find something like that, but you don't even have to have it. And then this purple is from a purple embroidery kit that's in my shop as well. And this picture is also just one that I added that I had. I just put some brown paper bag behind it. This is in the kit. The heart that just tucks in behind here is just a vintage stamp and another little red heart. This is the white embroidery kit. This is some avocado dye, but you could be using kit pages. You wouldn't have to have all those different kind of papers. You could just use kit pages. This is a flash card that I just decorated up, folded the edge of the flash card over so that it turns into a pocket. That tag's in the kit. This tag's in the kit. The teddy bear there is in the kit. And just some pink lacy papers that are also in my Etsy shop. And that goes there. She's just peeking out. And the heart is in the kit. I added the doily. And this is in the kit, just added little things. Added the little red heart, but that's all that's added to that. Where am I getting caught up here? It was in there just fine a minute ago. What did I do? Oh, how weird. It was totally in there just fine. What is it getting caught on? There we go. That was weird. I don't even know what. Strange. All right, so that's avocado dye. That's one of the embroidery kits, the purple embroidery. This kit, or this tag is in the kit, as is the little heart that I kind of used as a belly band there. Pink. This rose is in the kit. I just glued all of it down, but the top part of this rose so that I could tuck this heart back here. That's in the kit. More of that Sears and Roebuck. This is in the kit. This is in the kit. That all is in the kit, except the Sears and Roebuck. Avocado dyed pink lacy paper. That gentleman is in the kit. So are these pieces, except for the doily. That's added. This lady's in the kit. These are not. These are just some old vintage images I have. I just love those old ones like that. This got turned over. Oh my goodness, I'm having a day with this. So that just pops in there. So that would be like something you could add as, you know, some type of postcard or something like that. But and you don't have to, because the lady's in there. This pocket's in there, except for the little cherub and the. This is in my Bourbon Rose kit. And that one is in there. These are both in the kit. And the purple embroidery again. And then back here I just put a piece of avocado dyed paper in the back. So that one is all ready to go. And like I said, Cindy, I will list it in my shop and you can pick it up whenever you are ready. So thank you, thank you. That was a fun one to make. They go together pretty easily when everything's all there. This is becoming a super fatty, and I'll show you what I did. So I glued in. I don't think I'm going to add any pockets to the front or back because I love the way the cover came out, and I don't really want to cover any of that. So I'm not going to add any pockets here or back here. I'm just going to leave it the way it is. And then when you come in here, this just kind of folds out. You could do some writing on this old paper book page. And then we have the long, what are these called? Time card here that has an envelope attached at the back. This is just a little envelope. The card slides out, and it's just a plain craft cardstock card. And then there's just tags in here, and I just added a few little bits and pieces because I didn't want to cover up the fact that it's a time card. I kind of like, you know, the look of that. So I mean, if you want to cover yours entirely, that's up to you, but I just added bits and pieces. This is from my This and That labels digital, and I just shrunk down the tags that come in this, the Grungy Wallpaper kit and the Grungy Wallpaper Add-On kits. I just shrunk them like 2 to a page so that you get these little tiny versions of the normal cards, and then I printed them on cardstock. So this pocket is all filled up with those, and then you can see I decorated the front of that. That's a page out of the Sears and Roebuck catalog. And the one I have is, I have one from, I think they're both from the 60s, but one's pages are much more patinaed than the other. And then this one, you can see I added one of the freebie oval frames that I gave you guys last Friday for the blue and oval color combo. So that's one of those. And then this is just wallpaper that's been coffee dyed. And then that card comes out, that little craft card right there. Just did a little collaging on this part as well. And then some more of the cards, and you can see there's some part of a handwritten letter and a washi sticker, just to decorate them up a little bit, but not cover it up entirely, because I still like the look of the, you know, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, that whole thing I like. So I left that there. And then I just added some really thin twine to be tied here, just so these aren't flapping open and all that, driving you nuts when you're trying to use your journal. So that's what those are. And then we have, I did this one with you guys, this tag comes out, pocket, and then there's this gentleman's tag comes out. You guys saw that if you were with me, and then you can do writing all in the back of it. Music page, and then I added on that JoeyCardmaker little tag book that I made with you guys. I'm not going to take it off right now. I will when I do the flip through. I'll go through. I'm just showing you that I put these pieces in. So I have this piece from when we did the blue oval color combo, and I decided to add that in here. I didn't glue it all the way down. As you can see, I left a spot for a tag back here. I added a tag. And then this pocket I added. This is, I have these in the shop now, these flowers. They don't look like that though. Hold on a second. So they come like this. And I just used Tim Holtz Distress Oxides, some water, and stamping. I think I even used some of my this watercolor that my husband got me, liquid watercolor. I don't know who does these. It's Crafts LLC from Illinois. So yeah, I don't know if you can see. But anyways, some of that watercolor also I put on this one, stamped it like I said, and so it just, you get all that kind of cool coloring on there. And then this is JoeyCardmaker's, one of his strips of the photographs all in a stack like that, or a line, however you want to say it, and just collaged on it. It's book page that I just sort of cut to the size I wanted it, or tore to the size I wanted it. And this tag is in the kit, the Grungy Wallpaper kit. So that I just tucked in there. I did have to put this way, I know these are normally more on the edge, but I just stuck it way on there so that it was basically even with the page, so it wasn't hanging out. You could though have it hanging out and put a little bulb pin or something on it with a dangle. And then this piece I made in one of the 50 stack challenges. I think it was black and white was the prompt, and so I did one in white and one in black colors. So that's what I have for that. And we go on, and I had this pocket I showed you guys with book page, and this is transparency paper. And then I just collaged on top of it, and the little tag comes in the kit, the Grungy Wallpaper kit. This tag comes in the Grungy Wallpaper Add On because I added all these things. The tag itself just has these flowers on it, so I added all these little baubles on there, some what looks like old tape and all that stitched around it. This I added, my sister did that, hand stitched all the little French knots and all that. I love those. I've been hoarding them for a couple years now. And then I added these I did for the color combo last time. It was white and tan, I believe is what the combo was. So I did these little cards, but this is JoeyCardmaker's, one of his cabinet card portraits, Victorian ladies is what that one's in, and this is his as well. But good spot to write. This image I had, that's I think from Pinterest. And then I added this really cool paper that my aunt made, and I think it's like handmade paper, but I think she used, I haven't had a chance to ask her, but I think it's paper towels, like you know how you can peel paper towels apart to get to their thinnest layer, and then it looks like between them she's sandwiched like threads, sewing threads. And then, yeah, I don't know exactly what like the glue process was or whatever to make the paper stick together. I'm sure it's just like a little bit of glue and mostly water kind of thing. But anyway, super cool. Great texture of paper, and it's a little bit stiff, so it goes, you know, in the pocket pretty well, and then hangs out with its little frilly edges there. And then some wallpaper that I sprayed the back with Distress Oxide. There's our center. And then, so what I have, because I did not do good planning when I was putting ephemera in here, this side of the signature is mostly empty except for this piece, which is the stacked tag little stack that I did, and then this old house there as a pocket. That's really all that's back here. I mean, I set this piece here that I'll probably put there, but I don't have much ephemera. So needless to say, long story short, I need some ephemera for that. But I'm getting a little chunky here. So you kind of have to pinch the front of the journal, just, you know, the front up here, and put the button on. I mean, I think it'll be all right. I just can't get really crazy. I'm gonna have to try to keep it fairly flat. I also have in my shop these little kits of ephemera, and I'm just going to show you really quick what's in there, because I know sometimes when you read the descriptions, you're just like, what in the world? So most of this stuff is new. It's not vintage, so don't get excited thinking this is a vintage kit, because it's really not. I don't have that much vintage to, like, you know, share or sell. So anyways, you get 2 coin envelopes, these little craft ones. You get 5 just regular guest checks. These are the ones that I get them at Walmart, but if you don't want a whole package of them, this is a good way to go. You get 5 of the time cards, like the one that I made in the beginning of that book that I just showed you. 2 of these postcards that are blank, so you can collage them up, whatever, and then send them out if you want, or tuck them into a pocket of a journal, or you could fold them and make little booklets out of them or something. So you get 2 of those. You get 2 bingo cards, and these are new bingo cards. These are not vintage bingo cards. I want to be really clear on that, because I don't want anyone to be thinking they're getting vintage, because you're not. This is vintage. You'll get 1 of these, and they are vintage, because you can't. I haven't seen anywhere you can get these new. So that's vintage. This is just a little playing card that has coins on it. It was to teach kids their coins, you know, their money. 2 library cards, new library cards. 2 new library card pockets, but you can dye them, distress oxide, watercolor, whatever on them. You can make them really cool. This is a vintage piece, and these are kind of goofy little, they remind me of Vinegar Valentines, which I have a digital in the Etsy shop, or you can look up on Google, Vinegar Valentines. They're not very nice, so I'm not giving this, or, you know, putting this in these packs saying you're probably going to want to keep this side. I'm thinking you could decorate this side up, because look at the back. I really love this. Just the patina of it and everything is great. So I would just probably collage over that front part, but that is vintage. So there's a few pieces, but it's not much. A flash card of some kind I'm putting in there. They might not be this exact kind. I have different colored ones and stuff. These little seed envelopes, they're new. This is, I don't know how old these are. I just found them at a antique store. They're just, I just thought they were funny. They're little glassine bags that they probably put fortune cookies in, but they're kind of a nice size because they're not so gigantic. The only problem is they have the food stuff on them, but I figure you could probably cover them or use them in it if you did an Asian journal of some kind. Another glassine bag. These are just little lunch bags. That's all. They're not old. And then you'll get one of these big glassine, I think these are sandwich bags. Delis use them, I think, as far as I know. And you can fold them like this. That's why they're folded. And do a little journal inside. And they're just fun because you can flip them either way. So if you want this pocket on the front and you want to leave this closed, you could also trim this just ever so slightly and have, you know, a pocket on both sides. However you want. You'll get one of those. And then one of these nice big manila envelopes. These are great for, you know, making pockets or whatever. So those are in the shop right now. If that's anything that you're interested in, if you're just starting out and you're like, I don't have like anything, that might be a good route for you. But again, just know there are a couple of vintage items, but mostly it's new. And I just want to be very clear about that. All right, so what we're going to do today, sorry that took so long. I just want people to know what they're getting if they do want to buy something. So anyways, do not feel like you need to. I'm just saying it's there if you want it. Okay, so we have, this is from the Grungy Wallpaper Digital. It is a number 10 window envelope cover. However, I rarely use them to cover actual envelopes. I usually just make other things with them because they're just kind of fun with these windows, and you can use them however you want, you know. So you don't need to have those kind of envelopes, because I know like overseas they don't have number 10 window envelopes. So yeah, but you can just choose to do it however you like. There's all kinds of things. I've made all sorts of pockets. I'm going to keep the length of this one this time because we're doing a long journal. A lot of times I cut the bottom off, but Amy, I just have it going wrong. I cleaned it though, so it's not near as disgusting. It was really just little fuzzies and stuff that get in there from the little ink, this guy, you know, when I ink stuff and whatever, and paint splatters and all that kind of thing. So what we're going to do is take our number 10 window envelope cover, and we're going to score it at 2 7/8 and 5 5/8, and that gives you about thirds. Of course, it's not perfect because when you get down to that end, you're going to have a tiny little strip that's extra, but it's not going to hurt anything, so I'm not going to worry about that because my math skills are awful. That's all I'll say about that. So 2 7/8, it took me long enough to figure out this much. And then 5 5/8. And thank goodness for these scoreboards, because otherwise I'd have never figured it out. Okay, so that's all I'm doing. I did print on both sides, because you'll see in a minute we're going to be able to see parts of both sides. So that's why that is like that. So this is an idea if you're like, what the heck do I do with these things? You have to cut out the window because it's white in the original, and then you can do all kinds of fun things with it. Like I said, you do not need to have number 10 window envelopes. It is not necessary. Where'd my little, there it is. I like this little guy because he just kind of floats around on my desk. And this was a gift. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's fantastic. Love it. Use it for all, you can use it not just for scoring, but like, what do you call it? Kind of, you know, flattening the glue out and all that kind of stuff. It's just a great little piece. Wow, I didn't do that straight at all. Are we surprised? No, we should not be. See, there's going to be this little strippy thing left, although I'm not sure why. I must have folded this crooked. Not sure why. I can't ever fold straight, even with a score. How sad is that? You can't even do it with a score. I might go ahead and actually trim that off, simply because it's going to be on the edge of the page, and I obviously don't want that hanging off. I mean, not that it would have to. You could definitely not have it hang off, but anyhow, we're going to trim it. And I actually got one of these rulers, and I'm not making any guarantees that I will do this straight by any stretch of the imagination, but we can pretend, right? And I don't want to cut that fold at all, so I'm going to try to come out a little ways from that. And I've got a little blade, and I'm not like a pro at this, so we'll just pray I don't cut it and ruin it. Carol just does that bing, like no problem. I'm trying, Carol, trying to learn something new. I need all the help I can get. Well, we're going to use scissors up there. Obviously my blade is not as sharp as it should be. Have to snap it off and get a new one on there. All right, but that worked. It's beauty-mess now. So that'll just open like that. This will get glued down to the page, and I will glue on the bottom, on the side, and on the top. I'll leave this as a tuck, and then this is going to get another piece of paper to go over this part, and this will be a long skinny pocket, if you see what I'm saying. But then you'll be able to write right here and on the back of this, because I'm going to put this piece of paper on here. Okay, so I need a piece that is, I'm just going to kind of wing it from this mark. You need to go 23 and a tick, roughly. I'm just making it up as I go along here. So 23 and a tick. And the problem is I can't see it on the bottom here. I don't know what I did with that other, I had another blade, but I don't know where it is. Okay. Well, we're going to hope that we get it about straight. This is a super light ruler. It's a lot lighter than I thought it would be, and it lifts, so that's not great. Obviously, why is it not cutting at the top? All right. I obviously need some work on that. Okay. So let's hope this is right. It's a little small, but it's okay. It mostly just needs to cover the window is the big part that I wanted. So that'll get glued on there. I'm just going to ink that. And then I kind of want something on the back of it, so when you do take the tag or whatever goes in there out, it's not just nothing in the background. So I'm going to put a little bit of old paper or something on this side. That way. All right, so how is everybody doing? Oh, you know what? I didn't even, oh my gosh, you guys, I'm so sorry. I didn't say hi. I didn't say hi or hugs and blessings, nothing. So I'm going to say hugs and blessings to Ivan 4407. Hugs and blessings to Connie B and Amber C. All those people are new to my channel that I'm aware of. Like, I know sometimes people watch and don't comment, which, you know, that is a thing, and I do it too. So sometimes if I don't know what to say or whatever, so you know, that's, I'm not saying anything bad about anybody. So, but I thank you, because those are, like I said, new names to me. So thank you, welcome. Like, you guys have commented, I think, a couple times, but just not, you haven't been with me super long. That's all I'll say about it. So yeah, it's always good to have new people popping in. Love that. And welcome, and thank you. And thank you for the nice comment. Very wonderful. So I kind of want to see this a little. If I'm going to put it on here, right? So let's see. Oh, no. So maybe I should do this side then. Will I see her if I do that? It's always fun trying to figure these things out. Yeah, you'll be able to see her. So maybe I'll just use that one instead. So I'm going to put her up, facing up. And then I'll kind of put some other papers on there. I'm not that worried about it, because you're mostly just seeing whatever is behind the window, right? That's the big part. And maybe a little, I'll put a little piece up here too to strengthen that. So yeah, I hope you guys are doing good. I hope you're staying warm if you're in the freezing parts of the country or world. And I hope you're staying cool if you're in the hot parts. I always think it's crazy, you know, when people say it's like 60 and stuff like that. I'm like, I can't even imagine January 60 degrees. I don't even know what that would be like. Oh, it's still over kind of far, huh? That would be so strange to me, because I've literally never lived anywhere where it's that warm at that time of the year. We did have, when I was in college, I specifically remember, because I struggled getting through the semesters. there were a couple of Februaries where it did get up to into the 70s and it was all sunny and stuff, and you get spring fever really bad. So like, I know that that has happened to me, but other than that, there really has never been anywhere. Well, I mean, I've only lived Idaho and Nevada, so it's not like I've lived a million places, but I've never lived anywhere where it's warm in January, that's for sure. That's what I'll say about that. I think that'll do. I don't think I need a ton of stuff. I just want, oh, this is going to come all the way up here though. I just want something to see in there. So that'll work fine. Maybe we'll put a little something over here next to her. But yeah, that is just a completely foreign concept to me. I wouldn't know what to do with myself. Yeah, that was in the 90s was when that happened. And I was in Nevada then. And that was so strange when it was that warm. Because that was not really a thing that happened then. Just going to put some... I know this stamp is not from the right time period, but we're just going to pretend. We're going to pretend it is. Just adds a little color. Okay. I'll get this glued on, and it needs to get just kind of glued around the edges. Did I really, is that crooked? I'm going to have to fix that. Hold on. I won't torture you anymore with the blade and all that. I'll just use my cutter. Because I really did get that screwy in St. Louis. Leave it to me to do that. Wow, that was really crooked, you guys. Oh my goodness. Some of these. Wow, that is going to be like an ultra skinny pocket. I'm wondering if I want to have something go in from the side instead. I think I might. So have both of them be that type of pocket. Okay, I think that'll be a better choice. Because that is always super hard to do something that long and that skinny. And I still didn't get it very straight. Okay, no more blades for me until maybe if I practice a little bit. Because that was sad days. The problem is I can't get very straight with the cutter either. That's the problem. I'm actually best with the tear ruler, but I don't always want it torn, you know? Sometimes you want it cut. And then that rips. Best laid plans and all of that. Okay. So now if there's something in the pocket, you know, you'll be able to see that. And then if there's not, you'll still see at least that little bit of old paper and stuff back there. So like that. Got the sun out today though. I'm ecstatic about that. Because hopefully it'll melt a little bit of that snow. I mean, it was only 2 degrees this morning, but it was 11 when I was coming back from the post office. So I'm hoping that just even the sun will melt some of it. Because we got 8 inches and it's kind of a lot. I just mostly want the roads to melt because it's really hard to drive when they're all chunky, clunky snow. They don't plow here except for like the highways and all that, which I get, that's the important thing, but man, all these side roads end up with giant bumps and ditches and, you know, because it's just not even. What am I doing? I'm having a struggle today. Jeez. But anyway, yeah, I'll be happy if we can get a little melting on that part. The stuff that's on our grass, and since we shoveled all our walkways, well, that's not a problem, but like my neighbor got his truck stuck out in the road today. I think it must be two-wheel drive. I didn't realize that. I thought it was a four-wheel drive, but it would not go, and my car went through it fine this morning. I mean, it's not fun, but yeah, he got his stuck out in the middle of the road. It was like, yikes. So I'm always shocked when anybody around here has a two-wheel drive truck, just because most aren't, simply because of that. It's like you can't get anywhere in a two-wheel drive truck here in the winter. It's just, that's not really a thing. So it was kind of crazy to see that. Because even my husband's got a big old four-wheel drive Chevy, and just because the back end is a little bit lighter, as they are, it even fishtails a little bit if it's enough ice. I mean, anybody's car is going to slip in the ice. Oh, you know what? I'm the biggest dork in the world because I never covered that. Oh my gosh, you guys, I need to zip it and just think, because I'm not thinking. Too busy jabbering and not thinking. I even thought about it too and was like, ooh, I need to get some acetate out. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. The only thing that's going to save me is how long that pocket is. This is just, you know, packaging acetate. You can use all kinds of stuff. You can use like transparency paper. I don't know. You can use whatever that you can kind of see through. Even tracing paper is foggy, but you know, still use that. It looks cool. Is that big enough? Yay. This is going to be interesting. These are hard enough to glue in when you don't goober it up. So, Iowa caucus night. I'm interested to see what the outcome of that is. I'm just always interested in all that. I find it fascinating. I really like that caucus thing. I kind of wish we did that here. I don't know that I want to do it in the weather they got going on, but I think it would be interesting nonetheless. All right, this is going to be a disaster, so get ready for a disaster, you guys. We're going to kind of just do the top and see where we get, because this is going to be a tricky one. I might have got that, but now I'm looking at this and I don't think it's down low enough. Can I pull it just a little? Okay, I might be able to get it here. Yikes. Why did I do that, you guys? You were yelling at me. I know you were, and I can't hear. Can't see, can't hear. I'll worry about cleaning my window. I'll just use a little rubbing alcohol if it's too bad, because it probably will be. We're just gonna see what we get here. Oopsie! I had it and then I went and stuck my big old finger in it. Be gentle. Be gentle with it, and hope that it doesn't stick in here in a way you don't want it to. Everybody's driving around on their quads today. Yesterday we had this will give you a good idea of where I live. I laughed so hard. Yesterday there was a dad out with his kids, which is awesome. My dad totally all about that. But he was on a quad and pulling the kids, and they were all in a metal dinghy. So a little metal boat being pulled all around the neighborhood. I just thought it was a new one on me. We used to pull the kids. Well, my husband did. I didn't. I just stand back and fret about it. But anyway, on the quad, you know, on a sled, you just hook a rope to the back of the quad and to the front of the sled. You know, the whole thing. Anyways, and he would just drive them. I have made him wear helmets, but that's because I am the person that I am. But I don't know why that struck me so funny yesterday that they were on a dinghy, or in a dinghy out there, but it was comical. I know people do that because I've seen videos and all kinds of stuff. So it was just funny. Cracked me up. Cracked me up. Okay. Phew, that was much harder than it ever should have been. How much time? I have taken up so much of your guys' time and gotten nowhere. Like, oh my gosh. I apologize, y'all. Thanks for hanging out with me. I didn't even have anything exciting to talk about or anything. Some days, I'm telling you, some days. Okay, so this one we're going to do beforehand so that hopefully it'll be a little easier. And hopefully I can get it glued down at least, and so you can see it in the journal. I did ink around these windows. I don't know if I did that with you guys. I remember doing it, but I can't remember if the camera was on. But anyway, so you kind of want to do that because sometimes you get a little edge that has a little white. Kids were having a blast, I'll tell you that. They were having such a good time on that dinghy, as I'm sure you can imagine. Dads, I'm telling you. Kids need it. Oh, they definitely need it. But man, they just got a different style, don't they? All I thought to myself yesterday when I saw that is there's a mother somewhere biting her fingernails. Because I remember, because they always say, oh, don't worry, I'll go slow. It'll be all right. And then you see them go around a corner and you're like, ah! Oh my gosh. My babies. Yeah, that's me. I'm one of those. But anyway, they survived. Oh, come on now. It's getting fatty. I'm telling you, fatty over here. Okay, now I gotta figure out where I'm gonna put it. I have to put it on this side of the signature. I know that. I don't want to cover those. Problem is I'm covering a lot of the writing spots. Oh, who needs to write anything? Jeez. I think I was going to put it. It's all about the fabulousness. I think I'll put it here. There'll be long cards or something to write on in there. So, no need to worry. So this isn't really going to have a thumb notch because otherwise there'll be a big hole in the paper, like right here. I don't know how else to do it. So there's not going to be a notch on that one. And I need to glue down this side, and that side. So when I glue it, it's like that. And then you'll tuck whatever in, and that's what you'll see over there. Okay, that's the plan anyway. See if we can make it happen. Don't know. My day is just flying by too. Don't you hate that? I mean, some days, yeah, like I am at work, but there's stuff I gotta get done. So I don't really want it to fly too much. There's always stuff to be done. Oh, I'll have to show you guys what my husband figured out. He got a new toy, as he does. It's a new 3D printer, and it does all kinds of cool stuff. But anyhow, I'll show you in a second here what he's figured out. I really did not get that very straight at all. It is hanging off the edge over there. Oh boy. Can I ever glue anything straight? No. Can't cut straight. Can't. I know, I'm having one of those days where I'm just gonna bag on myself. I'm good at that. I mean, this is the cool part about junk journaling. If you're like stressing about it, don't stress. Because honestly, it's easy to fix a lot of boo-boos. I've just shown you a few in this one video. And you've learned so much. See, you've learned what not to do, which is fantastic. I'm sorry, this is probably painful to watch. Just can't get along this edge. Okay, I think I did it. I am definitely not as good at that as Carol Laws is, that's for sure. Carol, I don't know how you do it. Every video she just whips one of those puppies out like that, and I don't know. That was a lot of work for me. And I'm sure it was painful for you guys. All right, it's down regardless of anything else. We need to make sure that our, sorry, I'm trying to get the pin in the glue there. That isn't stuck anywhere. I don't think it shouldn't be, but that doesn't mean it's not. So, you know, just run your ruler around now and then when you're gluing all different layers of things, because every once in a while one will glue to something and then you're stuck. And like this page, I think, is trying to stick to that page. Don't do that. Okay. All right, so what we have, and I'll probably put a little tab or something over here, I guess. Since it opens out this way, you'll have whatever in there and then another spot in there. And you can write right here. And you'll be able to write on whatever we put in these spots. I kind of need something that will show in that window, and I mean that one too, so I'm gonna have to think on that. I don't know what I want to do yet, but we're getting there. We might finish this someday. I'm just having a lot of fun and I don't really want to stop, so I just keep, I don't know, playing around with it. All right guys, I will chat with you again soon. Thank you for hanging out with me today. Love ya. Bye.